listening to Cosmic Cousins Soul-Centered Astrology. I am your host, Jeff Henshaw. Thanks for tuning in. Cosmic Cousins is dedicated to honoring the interconnectedness of our universal family through embodied health, self-discovery, and deeper learning. And it is here to bring you back into alignment with the cosmos. So thank you for being here as always. Hey Cosmic Cousins, welcome to our Leo New Moon podcast episode. If you're new here, welcome. If you have been joining us on this podcast for a while, welcome back. We gather on the new and the full moon, and so this is the Leo New Moon podcast episode. So for the Leos out there, happy birthday, happy solar return. And for those of you that you are a Leo moon or a Leo rising, this is also a really sacred time of year for you to realign with the Leo archetype. And so this is the opportunity for all of us in our life to reflect on the Leo themes and to connect to this Leo energy and how we might embody it, even if we don't have Leo in our chart. I know for me as a double Aquarius with no Leo, unfortunately, I have no Leo in my chart. I still need Leo. I evolve through Leo as an Aquarius. And so Leo is really important for balancing my chart. And so I want to remind you of that when working with astrology, that all 12 signs are a story of evolution. And they all live within us, and they all inspire a connection to something greater than us, too. And so Leo calls to mind, of course, the lion. So we can honor the lion on this new moon. And the card in the tarot that Leo is connected to is the Strength card, which often shows a lion. And so the Pamela Coleman Smith version of Strength shows a woman that is petting the lion. And the woman has an infinity halo above her crown chakra, and she's wearing all white and has flowers wrapped around her, and she's placing her hands on the mouth of a lion, almost as if to soothe the lion. And so there's this relationship that is created between the woman and the lion that feels like they're coming together, they're joining their energy, they understand one another. And you know, Leo is a sign that is very much connected to animals. I think of my relationship to my dog Biji on the Leo new moon and when meditating on the Strength card. And so, you know, having the patience with an animal to teach them how to, you know, not bark at other dogs or not to pull on the leash, you know, these are some of the things that might be going on for us internally. You know, we might have these kind of wild primal emotions or desires, or maybe we want to rebel against things. How do we come into our capacity to be responsible and to hold space for something while also giving permission for play? To let the dog off the leash and to run around. So the part within you that is tugging and wants to go a certain direction might be in conflict with the other part of you that has duties to uphold. This is some interplay with Leo, is the relationship to the inner child or the inner animal, and also the relationship to your adult responsibilities as you are evolving as a human and coming into your power. What I'm saying here is, how do we embody our love and our compassion through patience as we move through this portal of transformation, which we're moving through because there's some major transits happening right now. So each new moon offers us the opportunity to go within. You know, the new moon is a time where the sun and the moon are aligned in the same sign. So having Leo sun, Leo moon, we have this opportunity to go within. The new moon is a time to quiet, to shed layers from the previous cycle, and to tend to the soil of the heart. This is a time to realign with intention. And so Leo rules over the heart. And so maybe you place your hands at your heart center and just take a deep, nourishing inhale in here. And what would it feel like for you to tend to the soil here? With the new moon in the sign of Leo, we are invited to pause with a sense of love and purpose. And so as the world around us gears up for some radical changes and breakthroughs, Mars and Uranus are aligning in the sky at the end of the week. There may be a sense of pressure, might feel like it's building. We're in this fixed fire sign. And the nodes of fate are both in fixed signs. We have the north node in the fixed earth sign of Taurus, and the south node of fate in the fixed water sign of Scorpio. And so as the sun moves through Leo, and as we experience this Leo new moon, we're at this threshold of the year. Pressure may feel like it's building, and it's being added with this Mars-Uranus conjunction in Taurus, aligned with the north node of fate. And so whatever shifts and changes are taking place around you, they've likely been building momentum for some time. The north node of fate entered Taurus at the beginning of this year, January 2022. And so this is almost like a crescendo point of the year, a climax of the year. So I encourage you in that fixed way to stand your ground. Sometimes we have to fight for what we love. And whatever it is that you've been building in your life, Taurus is a sign of great stability, building through hard work. It's connected to values and love and beauty. This is important for us to ground into our power, to slay the inner saboteur. There might be things within us that want to rebel and break free, but we're also being invited to continue to focus on love and connect to the earth. So quiet the mind. Place your hands on your heart. Again, this is Leo's part of the body. Drop into the heart. If you're able to, bask in the light of the sun. This is the time of the year that the zodiac sign is ruled by the energy of the sun. And so this is our 30-day period, Leo season, to really connect to the sun, to honor the sun in our life. And, with this south node in Scorpio, we're letting go of old parts of ourselves. And so the best way that I feel into it this time, thinking of being underneath the sun, allowing old versions of yourself to melt away. And so maybe you feel that now. Leo's also connected to the top of the head, the crown, and the hair. And so you can imagine energy melting from the top of the head. You could picture gold. Leo's connected to gold light washing from the crown all the way down to the feet. And so as old versions of yourself melt away, invite greater joy into your life. As old versions of yourself melt away, this might feel like you feel exposed or raw or tender. Leo can be a very tender energy. And so be gentle with the self, just like the Strength card would encourage. So this Leo new moon, Thursday, July 28th, 2022, at 10:55 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, it's found at 5 degrees of Leo in 39 minutes. So on this Leo new moon, Uranus and the north node of fate align in the sky at the 18th degree of Taurus. This is a transit that only occurs once every 15 years. And so as Uranus aligns with the north node of fate, there's a shift in collective consciousness, and we will feel it in our own personal life as well. And so Uranus is a planet of innovation and change. And so there could be sudden new directions. The North Node of Fate is a direction that we're heading for evolution. So new insights might come through around the Taurian themes in our life. And we've been feeling this since the beginning of the year, January of 2022, the North Node entered Taurus. But here at the end of the month, the end of July, and particularly on August 1st, this is heightened. Mars is also in Taurus, and Mars joins with Uranus and the North Node on August 1st at the 18th degree. And so Mars brings passion and direction, intensity, physical vitality, ambition to this transit. So the world around us may feel a bit agitated. Remember, we are moving through a portal of radical new restructuring and transformation around our values and our relationship to the earth. So some of us might feel like burning our life to the ground. Uranus and Mars and the tarot connect us to the Tower card. Instead, how might you take a pause? How might you breathe into the body? Taurus encourages practical, reliable, hard work. Taurus also encourages enjoyment and nature. Uranus encourages innovation, freedom, change. So there's a lot of different energies joining together here, and some of them might feel a little bit contradicting to one another. Uranus is about freedom and change, whereas Taurus is about stability and practicality. So in my own life, sometimes it's nice to share these examples, but in my own life, this transit is taking place in my 4th house of home and family. And out of nowhere, with no notice, I came home this morning to the sidewalk in front of my home being torn up by a jackhammer. And this is to lay a new foundation, which is very Taurus, fixed earth. The jackhammer feels like Mars to me coming through, and Uranus, both of them joining together. And so this unexpected disruption to my work schedule makes for a lot of frustration. Mars can bring frustration. And so Mars, Uranus, and the North Node aligning feels like a jackhammer to pavement. So if you aren't the one jackhammering right now, get out of the way. Since the noise was too loud for me to work, I took Bijie out on an epic hike. And so we are reminded of the importance of nature to support us. We're reminded the importance of connecting to our animals and to our loved ones as the world around us restructures. You might be the one jackhammering too, but know that this moment shall pass. It's interesting. So the place that I live at, there's 4 garages. One of them's mine, and they're only jackhammering right in front of my garage. Like, it's so focused in on me. So just kind of notice in your life how you might feel some sort of agitation, restructuring, innovation that is connected to the earth element. This moment will pass, and when it does, Taurus does say, well, while that's happening, can you enjoy nature? But when it's finished, how might you stay focused and get back to work? Keep building reliable structures in your life. Keep building these structures in your life that connect you to love, to beauty, to nature, the wisdom of your body. And this is an invitation for us throughout the rest of the year and into the first half of 2023, as the North Node of Fate will still be in the fixed earth sign of Taurus. Uranus will still be in Taurus for the next few years. But as Mars is moving through Taurus, it is bringing it into more of a physical assertion, more of a focus right now. And so some of us might be feeling it internally. Maybe the jackhammer is going on internally. Some of us, it might feel really personal. It all depends on our own birth chart. So look to see what you have around the 18th degree of Taurus in your chart. And if it's the sun, you might feel this very personally, your very sense of purpose and identity. If it's your moon, you might feel it more around the themes of home and family, and it might be deeply personal and within yourself. If it's your rising sign, this is what you're waking up to, the gifts that you are encouraged to explore and to expand into. So, just kind of look and see how this is interacting with your chart, and know that it's a big part of this Leo new moon. So what is the North Node of Fate in Taurus teaching us? During this whole time period, again, throughout 2022 and the first half of 2023, the North Node of Fate is in this fixed earth sign. And so during this time period, fateful realignments occur to encourage growth and evolution around the Taurian themes in our lives. Again, stability, finances, values, relationships, the body, work, nature. And so with Uranus and Taurus, these typically very stable themes are undergoing a radical transformation. Uranus is a planet of social progression. It's connected to technology, to revolution, to breakthroughs, and also to astrology and cosmic consciousness. And so Taurus is a very secure sign. It's a sign of great security. Uranus, on the other hand, is not necessarily interested in security. It's more about instability. And at its heart, Uranus is a humanitarian. It wants equality for all. So there's always shadows to these transits, and there's always potential for evolution. So the shadow of Uranus and Taurus feels like very stubborn, ignorant conservatism, even radical conservatism. The potential for this transit is to create and innovate new ways of bringing us into greater alignment with the earth. And so productive ways of working with Uranus and Taurus, somatic healing, bringing astrology into the body, gathering with community and nature, using astrology to connect to the earth, to connect to the divine feminine, using technology to connect with nature, innovative approaches to sustainability, energy healing, crystal healing, using technology to bring people into their bodies, using social media to connect people to their values, to their bodies. So there's a lot of ways to work with it, and I hope some of these suggestions might help you channel the energy on this Leo new moon and throughout the rest of this year. And so I'm keeping this episode short and sweet. I'm wishing for you a happy Leo new moon. Again, some things to do to help connect us to Leo. Quiet the mind. Place your hands on your heart. This is the time of the year to bask in the light of the sun. Allow old versions of yourself to melt away. We've got that South Node in Scorpio. We're letting go of old versions of ourselves. Invite greater joy into your life. And that might be easier said than done. But this is part of the work of Leo. So the affirmation I have for us for the Leo new moon is, I have the right to be loved. I have the right to love. So breathe that into the body, breathe that into the heart. Leo is connected to the heart and the spine. Erect the spine, the shoulders, opening up the heart, breathing into the hair and the crown. How might you invite greater joy and love into your life? Thanks as always for tuning into the podcast. If you are in Portland, Oregon, I do have a new offering that's in person. I'm excited about this because I haven't offered in person in a while, since 2018. So Journey to the Star. I'm collaborating with my friend Ashley River for a full day of healing and embodiment. And this, again, is on September 14th in Portland, Oregon. And this full day retreat is open for enrollment. This is an intimate, deep community immersion. And the focus of this Healing Day retreat is a journey within the self. And it's centered around the energy of the star card in the tarot. And so the star will guide us on our journey as a community to replenish and let go of anything that's needing to be left in the realm of the tower. So if you feel called to gather with me, it is a full day. It's from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. It includes lunch and a spa package. We're going to be working with the tarot. Ashley is going to be offering tattooing as ritual. So I would love to connect with you in this way. If you'd like to learn more, there's a link in the show notes. And also on my website, you can go cosmiccousins.com and then click on offerings and then day retreat. And yeah, I'm wishing for you a sweet Leo new moon. And I'll see you next time for the Aquarius full moon. And that's on August 11th. Until then, take sweet care, cousins, and remember, deep breaths.